All right, guys, so I'm back with you again, Conqueror here. And like I said, I was going to do a PvP raft base. So as you can see, I'm on my Erie Raptor. I'm on my PvP raft base, PvP server. Unfortunately, when I filmed this, for some reason my audio did not record. So this is a voiceover. But just the same, we're going to go through how we build a PvP raft base. Now this is my base fully outfitted. For PvP, a fully functional base. And as you can see, underneath, there's also turrets underneath. I've built down in such a way that I can place turrets underneath, and so that someone can come up from underneath without contending with turrets as well. Now this raft was built to the old limits, 88 pieces. Now, as you can see inside, it is a fully operational base. You can do everything pretty much out of here. Industrial grill, fabricator, refrigerator, vault, smithy, and a couple turrets in here as well. So everything you really need. Air conditioners in the corner for hatching eggs, cooking pot. But everything you see here counts as a piece on the raft. And there was a restriction. The old restriction was 88 pieces. So every item you put on the raft counted towards that 88 piece limit. But now with the update, we're going to see what we can do, because now the limit is more. I went around this raft, which was maxed at the 88 pieces, and I put more pieces, and I counted how many more we can now fit, and now we can fit another 87 pieces is what I got. So that gives us a total of 175 pieces we're now allowed to put on a raft with the new update. So with that 175 pieces, we're going to see today what we can do, because as I said, everything counts. That there's 10 turrets on this raft. That is the most you can put in an area. So in every turret counts, the crop plot counts towards a piece. Every door, everything counts as a piece on your raft, everything that you place. So even a mortar and pestle would count as a piece. So today we're going to see what we can do. We're going to build a bigger and better raft base for PvP, of course, and see what we can do. So first of all, you place a raft in the water like this. Hide the sail because we don't need the sail. I guess you could leave the sail up, but we don't need the sail. So now we're going to sink foundations down through the raft. So to do that, how I like to do that is start with one thatch foundation, right centered on the middle three boards on the back of the raft, right over the rudder. Make sure it's straight. Now I start with the thatch because we're going to be destroying them, and you can also see the two legs. They're just barely on the back edge. They're straight. They're right in the center on those three middle boards. So I start like that. Then to sink a foundation, we'll place a post in the middle of that first foundation. And then as you can see, it drops down. The next foundation will step down in front of that, or on anywhere around it. So then once that's done, you can simply demolish that first post and foundation. And then we'll just keep repeating the process. So we're going to sink it down to protect the underneath side of the raft, since we are in PvP. So then just put another post, and we'll put a foundation again, and it'll be down again. There will be two snap points, a lower one, as you can see we got here, and the higher one. So, and I like to make sure that then thatch foundation will fit on each side of it, because if you get it right centered just right, it's a little tight, but you can fit 3 foundations square on a raft. So 3 wide, 3 long. So that's what we want, 3 by 3 foundations. That's the biggest you can go, and I like to get all 3. Now, to get this to a lower position like that, you hit that little button on the right side of your screen, that little square with the arrows around it. And you'll see as I do it again, it'll be there. Whenever you're placing a piece, that will cycle your different snap points, if you didn't know that. So I'll place a post pillar again. And then, as you can see, I'll place another foundation to get it lower now. Place it next to it. And then to get it lower, you hit that button on the side there to get your different snap points. It'll have 2, one higher, same height, one lower. The lower one is from the post that we put in the middle. But sometimes when you start getting lower like this, it won't want to go down. See that? I got it wrong. So you pick it up, keep trying it. And a lot of times you have to jump in the water to actually get it to go lower. So you jump in the water, you look at it, you could sometimes hit the button, puts it down, and then pop it there. Jump back up and see if it's actually right. And if not, you can pick it up real quick and see that's not. Again, same height again. So we'll pick it up real quick and we'll do it again. Like I said, when it gets lower, you have to jump off into the water a lot of times to get that lower snap point, so you're lower, it will go lower then. It's a little tricky, but it's definitely worth it, because in the end, it's going to protect the underneath side of the raft from somebody swimming up underneath or coming up under there with some kind of a tame. And see, now we got it. We're going to protect it from coming up underneath and just simply destroying your raft, and your whole base will be destroyed. It could, because obviously we don't want that. So we're getting it pretty low down there now. I'm going to do it again. Now what we're going to do with this raft base is we're going to actually have 2 floor heights, 2 levels. It's called stacking foundations. You can actually do that on land as well. It's very beneficial, especially in PvP. But as you can see, it's really beneficial in here, because we're going to actually hide our wiring between there and our junction boxes, so that nobody can come through, break in our door, and then just maybe throw a grenade in or something and boom, blow up our wiring, which is very weak. And then our turrets inside, and all our turrets would stop working, and they could come in. See, and we don't want that. We want the turrets to keep working as long as possible. So, okay, we're getting low. Now that's, as you can see here, I was checking it out. I believe we're almost down to the 2 heights we want. We want to save a higher one and then a really low one. So I believe that one there is one higher one we're going to stay with right there. Now I'm going to step it down again, actually 2 more times here, and then I'll bring you guys back in. Okay, now as you can see, guys, we're almost getting down there. This post is not wanting to go right. There's several snap points for it. So the post has to be, or the pillar has to be in the lower snap point. As you can see, I placed it there. It's not in the lower snap point. It's trying to go in the higher snap point like the foundation next to it. But I need to get it in the lower one so we can lower a foundation. Because, that's why we normally delete the higher foundation. But in this build, I'm leaving that higher foundation that you see there. We need that one, and we need two lower than it. So to get the lower snap point for the pillar, I jump in the water. And as you can see, the pillar goes up and down. I get the low one, and I'm going to put it in there. Boom, there's the low one. So then we jump up there, and now we'll be able to drop our foundation once more over the back corner right there. And then again, I'll probably have to jump in the water to get it. And I'm going to use stone in this one, because this is the level we're keeping, one of the levels we're finally going to keep. So as I jump down, put that in there, that should be our lowest level. When you're stacking foundations, the lower level always needs to go in first. Okay? And you can still see the raft through that lower level foundation, because it is low enough now, and that's what we want. Now we're going to get rid of that middle height, because we don't need that middle height. We're going to leave one middle height missing, so we're going to put our wiring between there. So we're getting rid of that middle height. And then we'll leave the 2 heights that we need. Now this, I'm building with stone here, but you can build this with any material that you actually want. So we're going to extend it with ceilings as well. So I'm trying out some things here, making sure I have it all right before I proceed. So as I said, you can do this with metal or wood or stone. I'm using stone just to show you how you can do this. And this is going to be a very good raft base. Really, I think the best raft base that you can do nowadays. Now this is for a base, so it's not really to be for fighting. It's to be you keep it somewhere safe, you know. So anyway, that's the foundation we're going to use. Now we're going to do the whole 3x3 raft in that. We're going to put as many foundations as we can down. If you have it all straight, you should be able to fit 3 wide, 3 long. So a 3x3 square of foundations, as you see I'm doing here. But we want to keep that higher foundation, because that's very important for this build. So you have to jump in the water probably and get one lower one next to it. Make sure it snaps at the lower snap point. Okay, there we go. And then all you'll do to preserve it. By the way, there is a way to raise foundations if you somehow didn't have that and you need to raise it. But I'm not going to cover that in this video. If you guys want to see that, or anybody want to see how to raise a foundation, just let me know later. I can make another video on that. So anyway, I'm going to put a higher one. The lower one's down, then I put a higher one next to our higher one. So now we have 2 levels there in the front and middle. 2 levels. So then we'll finish our lower level, because you have to put that first. So there's one, and we'll need one more in the front of the lower level. So I'm hitting the snap point button on the right side, but it won't stay a lot of times because I'm too high. So jump in the water, put our last lower one down there. And as you can see, the bottom of the raft then is completely safe. It is completely covered so that nobody can come up and destroy the raft. They have to destroy one of the foundations first. You have to destroy the foundation from underneath before you can get to the raft. So that's the protection of sinking foundations. So that's why I do that. Now, to get up on, you'll have to throw a ramp up because you can't access the raft from underneath anymore. So now we're back up on. Now what we're going to do, we have our bottom level all placed 3 by 3. We have our higher level preserved. Now we're going to put ceilings, one ring all the way around of ceilings, extending this. We can't extend foundations on Arc, on PC, and on console. You can extend foundations, but on here we cannot. So, because I try all the different methods and we can't. So you destroy your ramp. That was just temporary. We're going to put ceilings all the way around. So then we'll have a 5 by 5 square. That's going to be the size of our base interior. 5 long, 5 wide. Our base. Now this base is not, it's also not going for any super amazing look. It's just going for the most practical base to be able to defend in PvP. To not really to attack with it, but mostly to hide out somewhere and defend. And so we got our 5 by 5. Then we're going to throw down 3 across the front, right in the middle. You can't go any wider or any further, but these 3 are going to be, you also can't put walls there. So that's why we go 5 by 5 with our base. But these 3 are just like a landing and kind of a front porch area. So we put them there. And then also I'm going to throw down our ramps there. I like to put one. You can't put them off the front. It's too far. You can put them however you want in the corners. I like to put them right off the sides. So that's how I put mine. But the ramp so you can get down and get up on, stuff like that. So, okay, so that's done now. This is our main frame. The rest of that. Now, at this point, what we're going to go ahead and do is, I believe, put our generator in. Yes. So you want to put the generator right on the back corner, but make sure you put it straight, very straight. That's important. It has to be straight, and it has to be where you can fit walls all the way around it. So when you place it down, if you think you have it straight, right on that back corner ceiling, make sure it's straight. And then as soon as you place it down, make sure you can fit walls all around it, because we want to have walls around it. If it's too close to the edge, you won't be able to fit walls around it. So just try, make sure they'll snap there, and that'll be good. Okay. So just check, even in the inside corners. We're going to completely wall around it later. Okay, so now from there, you'll want to come out just like I do with these cable intersections. Come out off of the right, make sure you do it the right way, not there. We're going to come off of the other end, because we're going to put 2 generators. We're going to have a backup generator. So come off of this side right there like I just did, so that it'll fit right. Then go this way with them. And then we're going to go right under this foundation. You can go right through it, right under it. So we're going to go right under it there, right here. And then one more. And now that will be the spot we want to have our next generator. We'll put that right there. And make sure you have it the right way so that it fits right in there the proper way. Okay, so get that there, put your generator down right there, and then make sure that it fits within there. Same thing with the walls, will fit right around it, and we'll do that later. So then once you have that done, coming around there, pieces right like that, make sure you come out of this side of the generator like I did, so that it works out just right. And I'll put that there, and then we're going to continue running these this way to connect up to the other generator again, make a big loop. And there we go. Now, the benefit of that, for example, is, let's say someone breaks in and they try to destroy your generator, obviously. Well, okay. Now, if I put gas in that one, you can see it lights up the whole thing all the way around, okay? Now, if they do manage to destroy one of your generators, okay then. But then you have both running all the time, so that even if they manage to destroy one, the other one's still running and nothing happens to your turrets. The turrets all will keep working because both generators feed each other. feed everything. So that's a backup generator system. Now once you have that surrounded like that, we're going to take 2 boxes and we're going to place them right where we need to so that we can do that. Now we're going to put them right in the center on each side. So you only need 2 if you do it right. You put one there and you put one, I believe right here will do it. So put one here as well. That is center. You could put it way on the outside, but I don't like it there. It might stick out. You might be able to almost see it. So I'll put it back here. I think it will still work fine. The two outlets, that will cover everything we will need to cover. Okay. So that's what we're going to do for that. Now at this point, now that you have that done, you could then take these, some more foundations, and we want to cover it so if somebody does break in, they can't just simply break your cable on the floor. If they somehow get into your raft, we don't want them to break the cable. So we're going to cover that with foundations, a few more, up at the higher position, higher snap point right around here. So you can go ahead and do that now. Right around there. Now we're going to leave this middle open because you have to be able to access the raft anyway. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is put ceilings double all the way around the outside so that the same thing. So if someone does manage to get in, they can't just simply destroy your cables in here, or fire a rocket launcher in here, throw a grenade in here in the door if they break the door down, throw a grenade in and just simply take out your cables and then all your turrets quit working. So we don't want that. So we're going to put ceilings all the way around here. Now we're going to keep this at this higher snap point. Just all the way around here. Now you can put one there if you want. That doesn't really matter. I like to not put one there and save that piece instead because we only have 175 pieces total to use. Now that's a good bit, but on this boat, it's going to use them pretty quick. So I'm not going to put one there. If you want to, you can, but we're going to wall that in anyway. So we'll go around here, all the way right around. Like that. Okay guys, now that we got our ceilings all done around there, everything done with the floor, it's a good time to put our underneath defense system up. So first you can start with a post right here. Actually you can put them anywhere you want. I'm going to put one on each side. Okay, this is for underneath. Keep people from coming up underneath your boat and attacking you from underneath, such as with a Tuso or a giant squid. So this is what I like to do. I come down with the post and put a couple of giant hatch frames and put turrets on these. Now here's how we do that. There's a little trick to it. It's not quite as simple as it looks. So first you start with a pillar. So I'm going to put another one on this side over here because you can, like I said, you can put them where you want, but I'm putting one on each side. So when you put it there, first of all, you'll notice we have 2 snap points because we have 2 ceilings there. So you could see it'll go down to the lower one. We don't want that. We want the higher one. Okay, so we're going to keep with the higher one. Now we're going to extend that down underneath with another post. If I can. No, I can't. Okay, there we go. So that's there. But now we can't go any further. That's the lower snap point, but we want to go down further, but we can't. So what we have to do to remedy that is to come down with thatch walls from the side here. Now make sure these, since we started the post on the upper snap point, this thatch wall has to also be on the upper. You see there's 2 of them there, has to be on the upper snap point as well. So come down with 1, 2, 3, and again you can go down as far as you want. So I come down 3, that's as far enough that I want to go. So because it will take more pieces as well, and we do have a limit on pieces. So I'm going to come down 3. I'm going to put my ceiling there, my stone ceiling in this case, because that's going to be permanent. And then we're going to take a post and simply connect it through there, like that. Now that that's connected like that, now we can go ahead and take off. You can go down further if you want. Like I said, you can continue. but I don't want to do that. So at this time, then you can go up here and just get rid of these thatch walls, and that will stay then. So then you have your basic platform. Now you can just leave it like that if you want, and even put turrets on that. I like to extend it out, spread them out a bit. As well as, when you put them like this, if you put your turrets out here in the corners, the turrets can reach up around the sides of your raft base as well, and help on the surface, help up top as well as underneath. So that's what I like to do. Okay, so that's done. Now that that's done, one more thing to note, these pillars have to stay here. If they get destroyed, or if you demolish them, everything underneath will get demolished as well. So this has to stay up top, this pillar like that. Okay. Now, one reason I do like using pillars under there is it doesn't block much. Some guys come down with walls, but then you have a big wall that somebody can hide behind. So with a pillar, there's not much to hide behind, and your turrets have a lot of coverage. There's not much blocking the turrets really at all. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put our walls around. Now, for the walls, we're gonna start, we have 2 snap points once again. Okay guys, so I actually decided to put them at the higher snap point. No real reason either way, so whatever you want to do is fine. But to do it around the generators, you'll have to snap a floor in there, and then you can set them on that. So that's what I'm going to do here. If you need another piece later, you can take that floor away because it's really not essential in there. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do now. Or the floor can just stay in there as well. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put angles. I like to have a ramp getting up there. So I'm going to go ahead and put these here. Okay, so now that we have our walls there, slants down like that, what I like to do now is put a door. I'm going to put the door right in the middle. That's where I like to put the door. So I'm going to go here with the door. Now, I'm going to put 2 doors. I like 2 because everybody goes for the door. Since this is PvP, I'm going to put 2. Actually, I did put 2. But I want to turn it around actually, so there we go. So it looks a little nicer. Okay, now there. Now we got 2 doors. Now, next to our doors, I'm going to put this. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come out from here with some ceilings. Okay. Actually come out from the back as well, right from the middle. And what I like to do that should work. And then back here. And then we'll come down with the wall up there. And the wall here. And the wall here. Okay. Now I'm gonna go and put some giant metal, giant hatch frames in it. You can do it in metal, whatever you're building it with. But I'm gonna put them right in there now. One there. And one there. Nice. Now that's gonna give us 2 features. Number one, it keeps us from not having quite so many pieces on the boat, so we could do more. And 2, it lets us access with tames. If you want to fly in a pteranodon or anything else in here, you can do that. Tames can go up and in, up and down. Also, if you want to drop an Anki in anything, farming, resources, you can do that. Okay, now that those are in, now the last thing you put in is the slants, because they need to go in last or else they won't go in right. So then you just go ahead and put them in. Before we put them in, I never did get around to it. Box your generators in. There we go. Okay, and then we'll put a ceiling on that. Now something else lowering the generator like that does is now when you put a ceiling on there, not there. You put a ceiling on there and the ceiling will now cover the generator, as you can see. Normally the generator will stick through the ceiling of one wall high, but not since we have it lower like that and our walls are on the upper floor. So that does that too. We'll do the same to this one. There we go. Put our ceiling on there. Keep it safe in there. I do have these as well we can put in. Okay. Then, now we can go ahead and put our angled ceilings on there. Okay, so now we're basically done. We can slap our doors in there now. And you will have two doors here. You have to open the first one to get the second one in. That's just how it always works. But then once they're both there, no problem. You can go in and out. No problem. You just have to open two. And we can put these in as well. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and put a foundation here just to cover the raft. You don't have to, but you can. And I'm also going to put a hatch frame here at the higher snap point. Make sure if you put it at the higher snap point, because the lower one will not actually protect the raft. Put a door in that, and then that way if somebody does break in, they can't sink your raft as well. You don't really need it. If they get that far, you could be gone anyway. And then you can still access your raft to drive it. Open the hatch frame. You can still access it, but yet somebody else getting in couldn't actually see your raft. So that's a little added protection. If you want to put that, you can. Now something else I like to do inside is I will put a couple of large crop plots right under. I usually put one here and I put one on the other side, right under the giant hatch frames above. So I'll put them here, usually one, at least one, maybe two of them. And then I'll plant X in them. So it's kind of an inside defense. If somebody does manage to get in, they have to, plant X is going to be shooting at them when they get in. And then you can water it. To water it, you could simply open the roof while it's raining like this, and the rain will rain right in on them and water it for you. You can also water them with a can if you want, which is not that hard either, but either way, it's up to you. But you can simply do that, and then as long as you water them once a day or so, they'll be fine. Okay guys, so now that you have, this is a voiceover again, I'm sorry, audio didn't save, but now that you have your crop plots down, you can put turrets wherever you'd like. I usually put a couple inside, just kind of to surprise anyone who may come in, but you can put them where you want, wherever you want. I put a couple inside, up top, really, however, at least one I would say. You have your plant X you can put in here too, so the more defenses, of course, the better. Now you can only fit 10 turrets on a raft. That is the max you can have within an area, so we're going to kind of spread them out. I usually put a crop plot right here as well to put regular plants in, carrots or rock carrots, potatoes, whatever you want to plant there, savour roots, and it'll water itself automatically. But you can put plant X up here as well if you want. Put garden plots around and put plant X. Now one thing I didn't do yet on the building, it helps with turret defense, is I like to put a post here to place a turret on, but you can't put a post there, it won't attach. So first you put a fence foundation. To get a fence foundation, put it right here like this, right across, and then you can snap a post on the end of it. Right there like that. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, and I'll show you why in a minute. Put your post there on the outside, then leave that fence foundation there, it's holding the post. Now we'll place turrets. This is how I like to place them. Right there, really all around the top, one on the back corner, each corner in the back, so you get the best coverage with them. They can cover the top as well as down the sides, around the back and sides, and that works well. And one on each post. Now the reason I put them on the posts, I will show you, but really with the slanted ramp in the front, you kind of have to do that. So then I'll place them around under here. I'm gonna kind of speed this up and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so there we go. That's our 10 turrets placed all around. Power them all up, load them up, and you'll be set to go. Very safe. This is, like I said, I think the best PvP raft base you can have, really. And there's plenty of room in it for lots of tames. You can keep tames on up here on top and everything. Now, the reason for the turrets on the posts, as you see, they're still high enough they can reach and cover the top of the raft, but yet they can cover the front better as well. So for example, if somebody was trying to run up in here and hide down in here, even crouching, you still can't hide. The turrets are still going to get them right here. You're still dead. So nobody can come up and hide right in here from the turrets. See, that's why we moved them forwards on the posts like that. But yet the posts keep them up high enough that they also cover on top of the roof as well. So that really does it. So this is our basic structure. You can put whatever you want inside here. Then you can still access the raft to drive it, to move it through there. You have about 10 pieces left that you can put. We have our 2 generators running, and even though the electrical boxes are under the floor, everything will still connect to them just fine, as you can see. So this is it. And like I said, you can open that to bring in animals, tames, to water your crop plots in here with the Plant X. That's what I like to do. Or you can water them with a canteen, whatever. But you have about 10 pieces left, so you can put, you know, whatever you want. Fabricator, smithy, vault, refrigerator, a few air conditions, really whatever you want to put in here. There's plenty of room for that. A bed, of course. So whatever you want to put, there's plenty of room to do that, yeah. So now we'll have a look at an end game, fully outfitted base. As you can see, turrets underwater, completely in metal. There's 4 turrets under right there. Same boat, but all done in metal. Fully useful, fully outfitted, right up to that 175 piece max limit. And you can see it's, like I said, turrets underneath, all metal, of course, everything up to par. So yes, here it is. And the crop plot I keep there, keep some veggies growing in there constantly for whatever kibble or whatever mixtures you need to make. Carrots for shadow steak, double doors, of course, Plant X, refrigerator, industrial grill, air conditions up there for hatching eggs. You know, really whatever you need, everything is here. I got a few vaults, fabricator, refrigerator, chem bench, preserving bin. I usually keep my little critters up in here. I put a metal fence there just to kind of keep a metal railing, keep them up in there. They'll stay in there fine. So this is it. End game, all decked out, and yeah, fully functional. A lot more room in here than in the original one. This is a lot bigger and defended a lot better as well. And this one is, like I said, right up to that 175 piece new limit. So yeah, this is it. So let me know what you guys think. If you I went over it a little quicker, tried to get through it, didn't want to make the video too long. So if you have any questions about anything specific, let me know, and I can do other videos on some of those things, or let you know in the comments, explain anything you need to do. So yeah, so here it is, pretty much the best PvP base you can have currently. So yep, well defended, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, like or subscribe. I'm going to be making a lot more videos, a lot of more Ark content, Ark Mobile specifically, because I've done Ark on console, but a lot of those things don't apply here, don't work. So we're going to do a lot with Ark Mobile. So there you go, guys.